Well, the second long-term repo announced by the Reserve Bank intended for NBFCs did not get bankers' participation. Barely 50% was picked up. And the Reserve Bank governor, parsing that data, said that banks are giving us a message that they don't wish to lend below a certain level. That is to smaller NBFCs. And now mutual funds, debt mutual funds have also started dumping bonds of many companies, including NBFCs. Banks clearly are picking it up only at very high yields. And added to that is an MSME problem. They are not listed stocks, so we don't discuss them often. But they have reached a terminally ill stage because these MSMEs typically would have 1 month of money to circulate and would have now been completely out of pocket. This at a time when banks have 7.5 lakh crores of excess money, which is going into reverse repo. So in this show, we have 3 bankers and an MSME champion to discuss how we can make bank money go towards NBFCs and MSMEs. But before I get to my guests, here are a few plans which are already mooted and which we have discussed. First one is the one which has come from sources close to SIDBI. They, sorry, not sources, it is a SIDBI program using Reserve Bank's credit line. SIDBI has announced it will give term loans to investment grade NBFCs, to MFIs, banks and small finance banks, which they can on-lend to MSMEs. And very positively, the term period of repayment has been increased from 90 days now to 1 year. Now, the second plan, sources close to SIDBI say the fund has also suggested another scheme to the government called Emergency Credit Line. The government is to operate a fund of about 16,000 crore, which SIDBI can, or an SPV, SIDBI or an SPV can leverage in the market and get 10 times the amount, make that 16,000 crore to 1.6 lakh crores. Now, banks and NBFCs can provide to the to SIDBI or to the SPV their data, and basically it is meant for companies under 1 crore. For companies under 1 crore, they should be straightaway granted 15% as working capital. And for companies between 1 crore and 5 crore, see, this is the loan amount, 1 crore to 5 crore. Typically, a 1 crore to 5 crore company would be a 25 crore to 100 crore revenue company. And they should be given 10% of their normal loans as working capital. And this should be done right away. And this would take charge of about 16 lakh crore of MSMEs. Now, the other suggestion is coming from bankers who are suggesting the same thing be scaled up. That is a credit, whereas in the SIDBI scheme, the credit guarantee is for 10% or 15% of the working capital. What bankers are asking is that a credit guarantee be given to about 25% of the loans that banks give to NBFCs. After all, there is risk aversion, there is money. If 25% of the loans are guaranteed, then banks will be willing to give, and 25% may not be the NPA. The NPA may be 20%, in which case the loss to the exchequer will perhaps be about 50,000 crores, but that will be spread over 3 years of NPAs. So the loss may not be much. So a credit guarantee scheme is what everyone is asking for. Whether it is implemented by SIDBI or by the Department of Financial Services Secretariat, or whether a new SPV is set up which has equity from the government and liquidity from RBI, we have to check. Now, with these plans, let us invite our guests. We have with us Mr. S.S. Mundra, former Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank of India. We also have Mallikarjuna Rao, the chairman of the Managing Director of Punjab National Bank, and Sunil Mehta, the CEO of Indian Banks Association. Also joining us is Gokul Patnaik, a former IAS officer who is very closely associated as director with several MSMEs. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. Let me come to you, Mr. Mallikarjuna Rao, because you are the practicing banker over here. What will take away the risk aversion from bankers and make you lend to the smaller NBFCs? will a 20% or a 25% credit guarantee from the government suffice?
Lata, before I could answer that question, the point is the conclusion that risk aversion is there is probably not very true. The reason is there are multiple reasons for the current situation. As an end result, when you look at that, funds are available in abundance, but NBFCs are not able to access. When this phenomena is inferred, the inference is drawn that the bankers are risk averse. In reality, if you look at, there is a lot of difference. You need to understand each case. I'll only give an example of yesterday where many of the mutual funds have come into the public through electronic bid process system for getting the TLTRO what RBI is given. But the bidding was not very successful. The reason being the same scrip in the secondary market is coming at a higher price, whereas the price given here is very low. It is one of the very small reasons. While the fact remains that the COVID has impacted very heavily in the MSME segment and also the NBFCs because their cash flow inward is impacted, we need to address the issue each separately. If you look at the TLTRO declared by RBI, it is to be given to those where the investment grade of NBFCs is taken into consideration. Each bank has a different set of investment grade. More or less, if you look at AA is the benchmark wherein they are looking at. And if you see the current market conditions, there are very few in NBFC in AA. And if you look at MFIs, I don't think any vertical companies are there. So the point is, while assessing each case, while the risk assessment is very important, end result is since bankers are not able to fund it in spite of having large amount of funds, it appears as if risk aversion is there. But we need to address the issue one by one.
Okay. Okay. I didn't get that very clearly, but let me toss to Mr. Gokul Patnaik as the man who is representing people who want the money. Mr. Patnaik, you know, the suggestion from SIDBI is that a blanket 10% be given for all MSMEs which are 1 to 5 crore. And a blanket 15% of the loan of their working capital loan be given to MSMEs which normally take a loan of under 1 crore. You think this is a good start? Their calculation is that the government won't lose much. You think if this is given, MSMEs will be able to tide over at least 2 quarters?
It's a good initiative and I welcome the suggestion if it is implemented. But the problem with MSMEs is much deeper, because most of them with the cash crunch, both from the contraction of demand, transport and logistic problems, and the fact that raw material, the people are also not available. So they are really in a very bad situation, and 10% will not tide them over. What I think is that each MSME should be assessed, the working capital needs.
Mr. Patnaik.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
But Mr. Patnaik, at the moment, I guess it will be just a question of paying their rent and paying salaries and just staying without becoming an NPA. So is a 15% blanket grant of working capital? If your normal working capital is 1 crore, you're getting 15 lakhs. That will see them going, you think?
This will see them going for other products, but for MSMEs who are in the agriculture sector or food processing sector, this is the harvesting season. And agriculture, as you know, you get the harvest only once a year. So they have to buy the raw material for the whole year, and they don't have cash to buy. They don't have working capital. So I think providing them working capital at this moment immediately is a big problem. And I have 2 suggestions. One is that they should be given a working capital term loan, maybe at the rate of 50% of their annual turnover, which should be given for a period of 3 years. Second, the entire period of
20%.
Lockdown, the entire period of lockdown should be considered as zero finance. That means no interest should be charged, no EMI should be credited, debited, and it should be as if it was not there. It was not there. I mean, they should just put the clock back.
Okay.
For this period.
All right. Mr. Patnaik, Mr. Patnaik, let me get the banking community in. I will reserve the policymaker or the ex-policymaker for the last. Let me get to Sunil Mehta, who should be getting a lot of inputs from both bankers and NBFCs. What is your suggestion, Mr. Mehta? The suggestion we got from bankers is that if 25% of any loan I give to a small NBFC is guaranteed by the government, then I will go ahead and lend. You think that's a good solution?
Lata, I'll give you a broad perspective about it. You see, most of the banks have already given a 10% emergency COVID line of credit to their existing customers, and that includes MSME also. For MSME, the regulator has already given a dispensation that up to 25 crore turnover, all these MSMEs are eligible for restructuring even up to December 2020. So that window is available for reassessments and deferring some of their dues if in case they find a major hit during this COVID. The another discussion which we had among the bankers during our last management committee meeting, in which all the senior lenders were there. So this was seriously thought of that yes, these 3 months period might have impacted a large number of MSMEs, and they are bound to pay the overheads even without production. So that is definitely going to incur loss for these 3 months, because overhead cost cannot be there. We don't expect them to remove their employees. We don't expect them, they will be paying their minimum bills, they will be paying their minimum rents and some of the overheads which they have to carry on. So to bridge the gap, how should we meet it out? So treating that this lockdown period will have an immediate impact of 3 months, and usually bankers, when they start lending into a working capital, they think that, okay, a 3-month cycle is there, so at least funds which are required to meet out a working capital cycle of 3 months should be made available. So accordingly, if you see the 3 months, which is 1/4 of a year, so that is 25% of the working capital should be made available to them to tide over this setback which has come because of the COVID. So that's a very rational thing which the bankers have asked, and because since this is not directly linked to the production, this is not directly linked to this is just a force majeure impact. So the bankers are looking for some comfort from the government that if they can guarantee this amount, and the guarantee, because even if we go with the existing formula, not only that 15-20% maximum will go to NPL category. So if the 15-20% goes to NPL category, and if the government comes out with a corpus of 15,000 to 20,000 crore, then definitely banks can lend more than 1 lakh crore to the different sectors, and if that guarantee will have a multiplier effect. The government shelling out 20,000 or 50,000 will give the comfort to the bankers to the level of lending fearlessly for even financing these losses. Because bankers are not asking for a guarantee for their existing lending. What they are asking for a guarantee is for incremental lending.
Mr. Mehta, just hold on. I'm preserving the former policymaker, the Deputy Governor, for the last. We have to take a mandatory break. I'll come back and ask Mr. Mundra what is feasible and possible between the RBI and the government. Welcome back. I've been discussing with a panel of bankers and an MSME expert what is the product that we can design to make the bankers lend. To you, Mr. Mundra, you know the political dispensation will not be ready to accept any moral hazards. But what do you think is feasible? A 25% credit guarantee from the government, you think is a good plan for NBFCs, and about 15-20% for MSMEs. You think that will work?
Thanks, Lata. Of course, you have combined all the 3 sectors, NBFC, mutual fund, and then MSME in this one session, which I think quite ambitious on your part. But anyway, quickly, somewhere there is a interconnectedness. So quickly, first about NBFC, I would again like to repeat here, which I have mentioned on your channel earlier also, that I think the trigger point of what is happening, at least in mutual fund industry, and of course the NBFC primary sector, is that insistence on not providing the moratorium to NBFC. And I am still not able to understand that finding so many other solutions but that one thing which, if still done, would be a welcome thing to do. I think that is something which is very much an issue which remains. As far as the mutual fund, bank and the liquidity window is concerned, it had been tried in the past also. Of course, circumstances are very different this time, but hopefully it should work. My sense is probably beginning would be with a short-term repo between the banks and mutual funds, where they can offer the investment-grade security. The point I'm trying to tell you that another dimension which is linked to NBFC, MSME, if we put as a sector as one, that itself is a misnomer. MSME, micro, small, medium, they are very different kind of entities. And even within official definition, we stop at one point of medium, but there are real medium industry which doesn't fall under the present definition at this point of time, and they would also need to be considered. Now, by number, if you look at it, even if I take MSME, by number, large number of these entities are not catered by the banking system. Whereas the units which are catered by banking system may be smaller in number, but amount-wise they represent a higher amount. So it's a social as well
Mr. Mundra, let me interrupt you, sir. Mr. Mundra, let me interrupt you, sir. I am not at the moment talking about those who are not serviced by the banking sector. As you say, already I am becoming very ambitious, trying to handle so many entities. If we only take those that are serviced by the banking sector, and we have the SIDBI plan of 15% of their normal working capital guaranteed by the government, if the math is running even as you talk on the screen, the loss to the government is next to nothing in 3 years. It's barely about 16,000 crores spread over 3 years. And likewise, if you take it for NBFCs, over 3 years, the loss may not be much. So only for listed entities, NBFCs and MFIs, a 25% credit guarantee and a 15% for MSMEs, you think the political system will bite it?
Got it, your point. But yes, just by making one point, that because you have put NBFC and MFIs in the position where they are today, the segment which I am talking about, which is large by number, which was catered by these entities. So that would be an impact which we should not forget. Now coming to your question, see, the best possible, I want to say there are many instances in the globe today where a direct stimulus is provided to this particular segment, which probably is not realistic. So I think the best course is this kind of backstop support or the credit guarantee, because other panelists have already explained that why bank would find it difficult to move ahead in absence of this kind of thing. But I would just add a couple of points what Mr. Patnaik has mentioned. This ad hoc increase in working capital is fine. In the given circumstances, they will allow these units to probably tie up or get, manage with their short-term difficulties, but it is not going to be a mid to long-term solution. So we don't know, in individual units, what kind of lockdown they will have to face, 3 months, 6 months, they will be in different categories at different places. So ultimately, the carving out a long-term loan, which I mentioned earlier also once, and allow them a longer time, and maybe if possible, allow them some tax offset against those loans. So there is an automatic recovery. That way, it will be a win-win for everyone, for the lender, for the borrower, and for the government also, because fiscal burden would not be immediate. So I think that is very important requirement, because while you can increase the ad hoc working capital, but the moment this period is over and you start again assessing the DP and everything, the problems will come back. So I think that would be my take.
Okay. Well, actually, now we are running out of time, sir. I wanted to ask you just one final question very quickly. Do you think, Mr. Mundra, it is a bit of a moral hazard to tell the government to pick up a credit guarantee of 25% for all NBFC or small, some cutoff, under 300 crore or something for NBFCs and MSMEs? Yes, it's a moral hazard. But do you think the cost will be very high if we didn't do it?
Yes, number one, this is very unusual time. What we are saying is not written in any playbook. So I think if we try to handle this situation within the current playbook, that would not work. So this is the time to put all possible measures. And my sense is that if it is well administered and monitoring, and the selection is good enough, I don't think that cost is going to be such. The cost of not doing it probably would be greater than cost of doing it. That is how I see it.
Okay, all right, got your point. Since I'm running out of time, I would give just a minute to the other guests as well. Mr. Patnaik, what is your ask other than this 15% of working capital guaranteed by the government and therefore something which banks will lend? What more would you want, and what is feasible from the government?
I think this is the time when government, Reserve Bank, and everyone should come forward to really open their coffers and make sure that the MSMEs don't die out, because we are going to lose much more if you don't do it. Therefore, anything to encourage NBFCs and banks to lend more. Whatever you may say, there is a reluctance on the part of NBFCs and banks to lend to MSMEs because of fear of NPAs. So whatever is done to encourage them, giving a higher credit guarantee or any other fiscal support is very, very welcome. This is the time when we have to, think out of the box and give them much more than whatever we can. And I think working capital need is the biggest need at the moment.
Okay.
It should be turned into long-term term loans, and it should be on an easy basis. And in fact, the interest rate should go down.
So at the moment, I doubt at the moment. We are talking at the moment survival, sir. So I think long term we'll have to wait. What we are trying to discuss now is only a survival plan, not a stimulus plan. Mr. Mehta, very quickly in a minute, how can we design a scheme with least bureaucratic and banking hurdles?
Lata, that is what I was about to tell you. This particular working capital 25% window is not simply a working capital. This will be type of a working capital term loan. Like this will be spread out. What we have demanded from the government is this guarantee should extend for a period of 36 months to 60 months, depending upon on a case-to-case basis. So that whatsoever, because this is basically giving a breather to a MSME sector, that they are able to sustain for a longer time their entire working capital demand, do not bounce back the moment they start coming into operation. It is staggered up for a period of 36 months to 60 months. So that is one very important thing which will facilitate this MSME sector. And definitely this guarantee, providing this guarantee, and bankers adopting an algorithm-based fast decision-making model, the way the 59minutes.com is there. Right now, it is only for in principle approval. These type of systems are derived since the proposals will be backed by a government guarantee, and it will be made available only to the standard existing customers.
Actually, we need something very quickly.
So this can work.
The algorithm model may take a little while. Only some of them are prepared with it. But Mr. Mallikarjun Rao, since we are running out of time, tell us, will banks be willing, if it is say a 15% guarantee? I don't know if the government will be ready for a 25% guarantee. That is a tall ask. What is the minimum that will make a bank give?
Yeah, anything between 15 to 20% is fair enough. The reason being, whatever emergency credit we have extended to MSME, as you rightly said, it is only an emergency requirement to keep their payments afloat. It is a short-term phenomenon. A 15 to 20% guarantee will give another opportunity to take care of their mid-term requirement. But kindly keep in mind, there are 2-3 more important factors which the ecosystem in the economy will have to take care of. First is the additional funding giving to them from banker is not a problem. With the guarantee, debt burden will will increase for them. When the debt burden will increase, the cost of production has to be protected, and there should be curbs on the import, and logistics help also is required from the ecosystem for the MSME to prosper. It is not only the finance that's going to be a panacea for them. Apart from finance, they need to have protection to their cost of production, logistics support, and if needed, curbs on imports, so that their products can be taken precedence for sale either domestically or abroad through exports.
Okay. All right. We'll have to leave it at that, sir. Completely out of time. But these are schemes that have been suggested, one by SIDBI for MSMEs and the other by bankers. And any element of guarantee can make the bankers put that 7.5 lakh crore, which is lying idle, to work by giving loans. But ultimately, as Amitabh Chaudhary said yesterday, one of the biggest asks of the banking system is that the lockdown has to end. The economy has to restart, and restart quickly. Otherwise, we are in for big financial trouble. That's the ask from the financial system. Thank you very much for watching this. After break, we are back with more.